Yeah, so now
Right on.
relations.
Got it saved?
Yeah.
So relations. Right now, I only have one in my department, and it says an ideal is to have a professional relationship with Jess. Jess being a coworker, the friend that you met that night with Amber and whatnot.
I went to high school with her.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I've known her a lot longer than you have.
Yeah, no kidding, but that funny full circle stuff.
Yeah.
So, Jess,
I like that you were like, that girl you might know. I was.
Give me a sec.
I'm sorry, but don't go into details, especially with her, because I don't want to deal with personal and confidential information.
So, all right. So, you know what? I'm going to just list her off and then name 2 other ideals just right off the bat. So,
okay, what are your ideals?
In my relations department, an ideal of mine is to have a professional relationship with a coworker and colleague. A second ideal to have in my relations department is, it's not continue, it's improve my communication with my parents. And I'm going to put in parentheses. Not habitualness, not how often, but yeah, you know, I'll just word it like that. How often?
That's how you do that. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I don't feel like I talk with my parents enough, even though it is vastly more so than before I started using Thumoslang. Way more. I would talk to them maybe 3 times a month, maybe 6, depending. Now it's 3 to 6 times a week.
Okay.
So the communications there just have to work on what we're communicating instead of trying to, or instead of mending old things. I would like to create new things now, right? So we're still somewhat living in the past and have yet to catch up to the present and then start foreseeing. And a third relation should be about my puppy, actually, my dog, Zella. My relation with my dog is great. Maybe something with patience about her, because sometimes, I mean, she's an animal. She's basically a 4-year-old. So
what are you thinking?
She's along the lines of patience. I'm gonna say, learn to apply mindful thinking with my pet, Zella. Because we have a great relationship, but sometimes I'm like, what the heck? But then again, I gotta realize she's a dog.
Are you trying to train her well? Like have you been attempting to get her to like listen more to the things that you say? Like with treats and stuff like that?
Without treats. I'm actually trying new ideas, such as not being excited about food or saying, hey, let's get food. I'm trying to change and say, hey, let's get water. Like, I think I've led her to have certain expectations. So because I've led her to think like that, I also need to lead her to not think like that. So I'll also put retrain. Period.
All right. So my first ideal in my relations department is for me to stop wasting time while with others. The baby step I put was, if my utterance is not serving the VIP's objective, stop talking. Right. Basically saying if I'm talking but it's not going the way it needs to, I need to stop. Right. So
nice. Like not wasting your time.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
Exactly. which I think about constantly now, like all the time.
Because now with Thumoslang, you've told me this multiple times.
Yeah.
How we need to use our time well. Like when you started saying Norm, that sounds great, but and your reasoning always is we could be focused on something much more important, like hardcore. Huge, dude.
It's important.
And now I wake up thinking like that, thinking, what am I going to do for the next half day or hour? Like, it isn't going to improve anything. Is it going to, is it going to improve anything? So I have noticed I'm not on my phone as much. I haven't turned on my TV in like 2 weeks because I'm working on 5 things here. And then many things in each.
So the next one that I want is to I said I want to talk to my mom more. I'm gonna say her and Luis more, because I need to figure out that. And for the last one, in terms of relations, I want to develop more deep bonds with very close friends. Yeah.
And even though that's a very large and vague statement, it is still something that's like a funnel effect.
Because it makes me think about who are very close friends, and then the deep bonds makes me think about the depth of our relations and like how much we do for each other. And so that's relations done. So now we can move to dreams.
Update. Yeah, viewers, as we're doing this, we're creating. We're doing it real time because life is real time. We shouldn't always be sitting around lamenting everything. It sounds like we'll never get anything done. Definition of procrastination. They tell you. And I used to be a great procrastinator.
I still am a great procrastinator.
Nah, you're probably a lousy procrastinator now. I mean, with hardcore, our conversations are better, let alone how probably they are with other people.
You know, I think about that, and I realize that it's very true. Like, whenever I spend time with students now, like whenever I spend time with Shira, we always figure out what our deliverables are going to be for the time that we're working together, because we'll spend time working together. And then I'll make sure she accomplishes her goals by the time we leave, and then she does the same for me.
Nice.
And like, we never used to do that before, so I feel like that's getting way better at not procrastinating.
So that's a huge part of a relationship.
Yeah.
Growing. Wow, that's incredible. My man.
It was
like the whole a piece of that relationship's dynamic is going to definitely have a ripple effect into the rest of your relationship. Like your decisions with you and her, what you're gonna do, will be changed for her because you have an objective.
Yeah. But that also, I think, has to do with the fact that what we're doing isn't following some system, but creating something for ourselves. And so it just makes it so much more personal, so much more valuable, right? So in my dreams department, I'm going to transition by saying what I just said perfectly ties in to the fact that one of my biggest dreams is to live a life where each day I get to do exact